Hello, how's it going? Welcome back to F1 Manager 2022 and another part of our Aston Martin career mode. And just to start off, thank you for your patience. I've been really quite unwell over the last week and a half or so, and that's why there hasn't been any F1 Manager videos for that. I have been managing to pump out some FM content over the last few days, so the channel hasn't been dead. But yeah, speaking more than 15-20 minutes was just a no-go, really. But I'm feeling better now, ready to get back into it. We are going to have 3 consecutive days of F1 Manager videos over the next few days, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then we'll go back to the 4 episodes a week from that point. But I wanted to get this series back underway, back feeling the momentum. So I'd really appreciate it if you could take the time to leave a like on today's video. It would be fantastic if we could hit 50 for this episode and get us back into the routine of it. But I really do appreciate your patience. I can't wait to get back into it. I've been so excited to play some more F1 Manager, so I'm looking forward to getting back into a series that's done so incredibly well on the channel. So thank you for all of your support and continued support going forward. So today we are underway. We are doing the Monaco Grand Prix, so let's get ourselves immersed into the action. Carlo Sainz has got a development point first of all, and Oscar Piastri does as well, so we'll pop one onto his smoothness. Nothing for Lewis Hamilton. Anything for our staff? Pete Bonington does have one, so he is now a 96 rated engineer. That is brilliant. And of course, last time out we had a good race, but Max Verstappen did end up providing some competition and dominated the race, 11 seconds ahead of Carlos Sainz in the end. Lewis Hamilton finished 3rd. We did stop development earlier in the year because we were just too quick. We are absolutely dominating the constructors, 250 points, and Carlos Sainz is 12 points ahead of Lewis Hamilton in the drivers' standings. Verstappen a little bit behind that in P3. So I'm intrigued to see how we get on today. Let's continue on to the race weekend and get ourselves into the action. I believe everything should be basically how we left it, but there has been an update, so I don't know how that will affect things. You know, that I didn't really see anything in the patch notes that I think would affect it, but we will see. Let's say we'll have 5 consecutive 1-2s. Why not? Let's be ambitious. Right. Last year, of course, we had the win with Fernando Alonso. Pierre Gasly only finished 4th. It was an odd race in the end. But, yeah, Monaco. Who knows how this is going to go? It really could do anything.
Cars have been racing through Monaco's streets since 1929, and this weekend is no exception, as we get to watch the new generation of world-class drivers take over Monte Carlo. This is the Monaco Grand Prix. Monaco is famous for its many narrow twists and corners. From the brake-heavy Le Rascasse to the treacherous Sand of Ott, there are no proper straights to speak of, and it's extremely hard to overtake here. It sounds like simple advice, but getting up as high on that starting grid as possible is the best plan of attack. At this early stage in the season, there are still plenty of opportunities for things to change. In this sport, there simply are no guarantees. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Formula One.
Okay, let's get ourselves immersed into the action. Let's have a little look at the expected strategies. So we are expecting to use soft tyres this weekend. Well, I'll see you guys for qualifying and see if we can hold a couple of sets back. Right, okay then, here we are, ready for our first qualifying session. 97% set of confidence for Lewis Hamilton, 86% for Carlos Sainz. Now, we are going to go and put in a fresh engine because I do think that affected things last time out. So we're going to give both of our drivers a fresh engine. I know it might not make sense to do that in Monaco, but I I think it's even more important that we get all of the performance that we can out of the car in qualifying. So we'll simulate Q1 as always, see whether our drivers can perform well. Lewis Hamilton quickest, Verstappen second, Sainz third. Going out in Q1 then, Mick Schumacher, Albon, Tsunoda, Stroll, and Nicholas Latifi. Right, let's go into Q2 then. We are going to try and get through on used tyres. And we'll do a run mid-session to basically try and avoid any sort of traffic. So here we go.
Yeah, ready is good.
So let's push it forward. We'll keep an eye on basically when the track gets a little bit quieter, because traffic could be a real issue. We're actually going to go with Sainz now. I think that's a good time to get out there for him. Yeah, so he can prepare himself nicely. Lewis Hamilton's going to go out there now, and Hamilton's going to have a decent amount of track as well. But let's hop on board with the current championship leader and see what sort of time he can put in. We are returning back to this game that has done incredible things for this channel, and I'm really, really grateful, and that's why I'm so excited to be back. And hopefully you guys will enjoy just as much as we did before. So Charles Leclerc currently the quickest, 109.4 for him. Russell and Perez not too far behind. Gasly P4. Sainz was purple in the first sector. But you can see, there is the Ferrari and Mercedes car not too far ahead here as we head towards the swimming pool. This could be an absolute disaster for Carlos Sainz, but he manages to get past. That was a brilliant manoeuvre there to get through, and now into the Rascas, and I think the Mercedes will be peeling off into the pits, so it's worked out okay for Carlos Sainz, because Carlos Sainz is now coming up to the line, and where is he going to finish? He comes through and he goes quickest with a 109 flat, and that is 4/10 quicker than a certain Charles Leclerc. Lewis Hamilton out there, purple first sector as it stands. It wasn't a purple final sector for Carlos Sainz, probably understandable because we came across the Ferrari car. I'm expecting Lewis to be a significant amount quicker. He's got more setup confidence, and just in general seems to have a little bit more pace this weekend than his teammate Carlos Sainz. So yeah, excited to see where he goes, and hopefully this will be more than enough to get through. A purple middle sector as well for Lewis Hamilton, and now come through the Rascas into Anthony Norge, and here we go all the way up to the line. What's it gonna be for Lewis Hamilton? It's a 1:08.9, which is a tenth and a half quicker than his teammate Carlos Sainz. So very, very strong from Lewis Hamilton and Carlos Sainz. Ocon pops himself up into P3. Max Verstappen in a little bit of trouble. He's currently out of the action. Unless he can put in a very fast final lap, he is going to be out in Q2. Both McLarens through at the moment. That's interesting as well. Kevin Magnussen is very much the man in danger. We will keep an eye on everybody's progress out there as we go through onto this lap. So it's Zhou Guanyu that is going to set the first time. Can he get himself through into the top 10 shootout? Had an excellent start to the season. Hasn't quite managed to hit those heights throughout the rest of the year just yet. So Zhou Guanyu is coming up to the line. Then it'll be Giovinazzi. Zhou goes 7th. Excellent time. Giovinazzi goes through. Doesn't improve. Ricciardo into the top 10. What about Perez? Can he improve? Yes, he can. Verstappen goes P2. He splits our cars up. Here comes Russell. He comes through up to 5th. Norris comes through. He is only 9th. What about Gasly? Can he get himself through? No, he can't. Gasly's out. What about Kevin Magnussen? He comes through. He goes 8th. So Ricciardo's out now. Bottas is the next one that I'm looking at. Sebastian Vettel as well will be looking to try and get through. Bottas comes over the line. Can Bottas make it into the top 10? No, he goes 11th. What about Vettel? He goes 12th. Wow, very, very close towards the end there. But you have to say the highlight of the round is Zhou Guanyu. He has made it through in a brilliant 9th position. But it's Lewis Hamilton that is currently the pace setter. Max Verstappen in 2nd, Sainz 3rd, Ocon 4th, Russell, brilliant 5th for Mercedes, the 2 Ferraris, Magnussen, Zhou Guanyu and Lando Norris will all make it through to the top 10 shootout. Right, we have got one set of soft tyres that we want to use in this session. Let's go out there. We're going to wait until the very last moment to set our times,
radio check.
Which could, you know, be a risk because we could end up in a position where there's a red flag and none of us can make amends. But Verstappen goes quickest with a 1:08.9. I think Hamilton was very slightly quicker than that in Q2, so I'm expecting that he's going to be confident of taking pole position here. Ocon goes 2nd there. Not quite as quick as his teammate, but a very interesting top 10 with George Russell there in 3rd position. So here they all come. We do not want to get into any traffic. We're going to send out Carlos Sainz now, and Lewis Hamilton is going to follow. So we'll let them go out there, and we'll watch Lewis Hamilton this time as he goes on to his flying lap. He's had a decent amount of pole positions so far this season. His teammate Carlos Sainz, of course, has been the more consistent in the races. But here we go on to our flying lap. It's going to be Kevin Magnussen that comes round and sets his time first of all. We've also got the McLaren of Lando Norris following him. Then George Russell is followed by one of the Red Bulls. Zhou Guanyu's in a decent amount of space as well. Carlos Sainz only green in that first sector. Hamilton comes through, he's only green as well. So Max Verstappen currently looking like the quickest man in that first sector. Here we come then, Kevin Magnussen up to the line. Can he improve? He comes over the line, doesn't improve though. What about Norris? Can he get himself up into 6th in this race? No, he can't. So I don't think there's much improvement to be had if you're on the used tyres. Here we come then with George Russell. He comes up to the line, doesn't improve. Verstappen comes over the line and does improve. Max Verstappen, of all people, does find an improvement as Lewis Hamilton is purple in the middle sector. Carlos Sainz is going to come round the final corner. He's coming up to the line. Where can Carlos Sainz end up? It's a 1:08.8 and that is pole position for Carlos Sainz. Can Lewis Hamilton steal it off his teammate right at the end here? Yes, he can! And what a lap that is from Lewis Hamilton, who takes pole position for the Monaco Grand Prix. That was an awesome, awesome job from him. Carlos Sainz there in 2nd, a 1:08.9. I thought he was going to do it, but Hamilton pulled it out at the end there, and it's a 1-2 for Aston Martin.
For another day of scintillating F1 action. It's race day.
We saw a magnificent display of talent from Aston Martin during qualifying. This is as good a grid for them as anyone can hope for. This weekend, Red Bull displayed promise during qualifying. Now they need to capitalize on their grid position and get a good race under their belts. And the sun is shining bright here today. This is perfect weather for teams and drivers alike to show us what they're capable of.
So as the drivers prepare to weave their way around the streets of Monaco, you have to think there'll be twists and turns aplenty.
Okay, very, very good, very promising. So let's get ourselves into the race. I think it is going to be a one-stop at the very least for Lewis Hamilton. Starting on those soft tyres, trying to go into the distance, moving on to the hards about halfway through. Now, Carlos Sainz, I think we said we'd try something a little bit different. We'll go mediums and hards for him. Try and prioritise that tyre life. He's going to be going later into the Grand Prix before moving on to those hard tyres. So it'll be interesting to see who comes out on top. There's no point putting them on exactly the same strategy. We are going to put a little bit of extra fuel in there so that they can push from the start, and hopefully that will work out well for them. So let's go and do that. But yeah, let's get ourselves into this Monaco Grand Prix. It's going to be exciting.
As the sun continues to shine, it seems like nothing can dampen the mood of excitement here at the track. And here we've got Lewis Hamilton. P1 today. Let's see if they can take advantage of that position. And further back, there's Sainz. A second place start for them today. They're in with a real chance. And we're just moments away now. It's time for one of the most exciting races in the world. This is the Monaco Grand Prix.
Here we go then. It's lights out, away we go. Lewis Hamilton off to a slightly better start than his teammate Carlos Sainz, and he is going to get up to the first corner before his teammate Max Verstappen. He'll be looking to try and get a move on Carlos Sainz up the hill, but doesn't manage it. Ocon gets past George Russell up into third as we start this race, and well, I think Lewis Hamilton will be very, very happy that he's managed to get away ahead of his teammate Carlos Sainz in second place. It looks like Max Verstappen is on the soft tyres as well, so it looks like he's matched our tyres. Ocon has matched Carlos Sainz on the medium tyres, so very interesting that we are covering our Red Bull rivals. George Russell, Leclerc and Perez also on soft tyres, but looking down, looking more into the mediums and hard tyres. So Lewis Hamilton very much has to find a gap that he'll hopefully be dropping into his second stint. He does not want to get caught behind any of those longer runners down below and lose time to his teammates. So Lewis Hamilton leads by 0.897 seconds as we head onto lap 2. Hamilton trying to use his ERS deployment to his advantage. We're going to save a little bit for Carlos Sainz because he's more than likely going to be defending from Max Verstappen a little bit later on in this Grand Prix. So Lewis Hamilton is leading this race by a second, is out of that DRS zone now, and will hopefully be pushing on those soft tyres and trying to get a little bit of a gap. We know early on in this Monaco Grand Prix there's not going to be a lot of action unless there's a big mistake by somebody down the field. Max Verstappen already 1.6 seconds ahead of his teammate Mr. Esteban Ocon, who is defending from George Russell right now. Leclerc and Perez following those two guys. Magnussen, Norris and Zhou are rounding out the top 10. Then we got Bottas, Vettel, Ricciardo following those, with Giovinazzi and Gasly down in 15th place. Albon, Schumacher, Tsunoda, Stroll and Nicholas Latifi round out our top 20. So Lewis Hamilton leading the way at the start of this Grand Prix.
DRS
Will now be trying to push those soft tyres, utilise them and try and stay ahead of his teammate Carlos Sainz. So let's zoom it forward just a little bit. We're expecting Max Verstappen to be a little bit of a nuisance towards Carlos Sainz because, you know, of the difference in performance of tyres. But Lewis Hamilton definitely doing a good job at the moment. 2 seconds ahead of his teammate Carlos Sainz. Now, we'll probably hop on board with Sainz very soon because he is only half a second ahead of Max Verstappen. But Hamilton managing to push ahead, doing a very good job. Here we go then, as we go through the Raskas, and Max Verstappen will have DRS here, but I think will very much struggle to get past Carlos Sainz as they head towards turn 1, although Sainz does open the door slightly. That's trying to make Max Verstappen make a mistake. I'm going to go balance now.
So think about the liftoff
With Carlos Sainz. Let's try and use him as a bit of a blocker. He's fast enough to stay ahead of Ocon, but you know, doesn't seem to be in the same race as Lewis Hamilton at the moment. So let's try and use Carlos Sainz to block Max Verstappen a little bit here and let Lewis Hamilton push forward on those soft tyres. Of course, Sainz's pace will come later in the stint. So let's keep pushing forward. What we certainly don't want is Max Verstappen managing to get past him. So we're on to lap 6 of this Grand Prix. Max Verstappen using DRS, having a look down the inside. And I think might have made the move stick there, but I think Sainz is trying to stay on the inside as they go towards the casino here. This is very, very good defence from Carlos Sainz, and he has ceased the position, unfortunately. And, well, that was a little bit easier than I'd hoped.
We do not require any fuel liftoff.
Okay.
For Max Verstappen. So now we need to try and get back past him. So we're going to push hard. Stay close to him. And then as we get into the DRS zone, try and basically do what Max has just managed. So here we go then. DRS enabled. Max Verstappen pulls to the inside, and here goes Carlos Sainz, and he is easily back through. That was a very straightforward manoeuvre for Carlos.
Simply lovely.
And he is back through now. And that's a very, very important move. So,
Looks like Aston
let's
Martin
push
have
on. I
just
think
gained a race position.
if we keep Sainz on push on the engine, I don't think Verstappen will have a chance of getting back through. So Lewis Hamilton leading the race, 5 seconds ahead of his teammate Carlos Sainz. And what we really want is Hamilton to potentially be able to come out in front of Esteban Ocon after the pit stops. He doesn't want to get caught in that little group. If we look at gap to the leader, Lewis Hamilton 14.5 seconds ahead of Ocon. So I think that's probably more possible than you might imagine, to be honest. It's very, very good from Lewis Hamilton this stint so far. Sainz starting to push ahead of Verstappen as well. Definitely keeping a consistent gap. And Hamilton building the lead out front, and hopefully looking to try and come out in front of Esteban Ocon. 17.8 seconds that gap now. And I think by the time the pit stops come, I think Hamilton will be in a good position for that to happen. So Max Verstappen's tyres will start to fall off pretty soon. Looks like it's going to drop below 50% in the next couple of laps. And that's when Carlos Sainz can start pushing on his much fresher tyres. Yeah, Hamilton 8 seconds ahead now of his teammate in second. He's 20 seconds ahead of Ocon, so I think now Hamilton is in the perfect position in this Grand Prix. I don't know where the jeopardy comes in for him unless there's a big mistake from somebody, safety cars, maybe rain. I don't think there's going to be any rain. It says 35% chance, but that's not very likely. As Carlos Sainz now starting to show his pace, he's pulled away from Max Verstappen. We can see Lewis Hamilton still out there, still pumping in the lap times, but Carlos Sainz is slightly quicker than his teammate at this stage of the race. Just a tenth or so, but we'll start to close in on Lewis as time goes on. Lewis Hamilton, how far is he away from his pit stop? Probably about 5-6 laps away. But we know we're taking those tyres right down to the wire. With Hamilton, he is starting to catch up to Latifi and Stroll. Interestingly enough. Yeah, we are going to make sure that we push Hamilton. Soon we're going to go balanced on the...
Just a little. And that's it.
on the fuel now. We need to leave something in the tank for when we go onto the hard tyres. Goes through the swimming pool. The camera angles are looking great, by the way. I think they've definitely optimised the game a little bit more. So here comes Lewis Hamilton then. And he... Oh, somebody spun. Somebody has spun. I think it's Nicholas Latifi. He's in the wall. Nicholas Latifi is in the wall.
Now let's look. We're watching Nicholas
Now what
Latifi.
happened? I think it was into Sandavon. Oh, that's a nasty
And
little
there
incident.
We see the crash.
And that was Hamilton going through. Now, I don't know, is there going to be a safety car here?
Oh, and that's a crash.
Well, I think he's got a puncture. Now, Carlos Sainz needs to try and make it through.
Looks like quite a big accident, yeah.
Yeah, all good.
Oh, come on, get out of the way, Latifi. This is going to bring Max Verstappen back into the frame. Look at this. And Max Verstappen, oh, he's stuck now behind Latifi. But that has played massively into the hands of Lewis Hamilton. But look at Max Verstappen, he's struggling to get past. And that's brought Ocon back into it. Oh my word. Well, Latifi maybe making up for all those years ago when he absolutely destroyed Lewis Hamilton's chances of an 8th world title. I don't know why nobody's trying to get past. They're all stuck. There goes Max Verstappen. He's going to be through. I think Ocon's through as well. Yeah. But now Verstappen 30 seconds off the leader, Lewis Hamilton. So, I think we're going to go aggressive with Hamilton now to try and use the rest of these tyres. See if he improves his times at all.
Rear's dropping off a little bit.
Okay, copy.
And we'll be coming in
Can we change tyres?
in the next couple of laps. We should be absolutely fine. So here we come, round the final corner. He's got one more lap then, Lewis Hamilton. And we're going to bring him in onto the hard tyres. They will last the rest of the race. I was tempted to maybe try the mediums, but there's no real need to push that agenda. So Hamilton, we might as well get him harvesting as well while he's so far in front. Let's get him charged up.
Okay.
And Carlos Sainz now. How long's he got? So he's got another few laps. We might as well go aggressive with him now.
So pick up the pace. Pick up the pace.
And see what he can do.
Okay.
But Lewis Hamilton will be coming round. And he's going to come into the pit lane then. So Lewis Hamilton into the pits. And let's see, he's going to put on the hard tyres. And that's away. Very, very, very slick work from the Aston Martin boys. And unfortunately for Hamilton, comes out just behind Nicholas Latifi, who's 2 laps down. We'll see what he can manage. Here comes Carlos Sainz then. I think he's going to manage to get in front of all the guys as well. Hamilton actually going a little bit quicker than Carlos Sainz on these new tyres, even though he was harvesting energy. So I think Hamilton's got this in the bag, really. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Sainz is going to have slightly better tyres, but that whole Latifi nonsense has zapped any real jeopardy from this race for us. Now, of course, there could be a safety car later on. and that could bring people back into play. But it's not looking likely at the moment. Right, he is going to go on to the hard tyres. We might as well get him harvesting as well. But looks like Lewis Hamilton is going to...
Okay, understood.
He's going to close in. Carlos Sainz is within 5 seconds now. But let's watch Carlos Sainz as he's going to come into the pit lane.
Understood.
And Hamilton's going to perform a massive undercut. So here we come. Now, the person I want to watch is Ocon. He's coming around Raskas now. But I don't think... Well, Ocon's in the pits anyway. So there goes Sainz. He's leaving the pit lane. Would like to come out in front of Albon, I think that is. Sorry, Tsunoda. Or is it Latifi? Maybe it's Latifi, that. Yeah. So Sainz back out 16 seconds behind his teammate Lewis Hamilton, who is in a world of his own out there in front. He's had a very good weekend, hasn't he? Pole position, stormed away at the start of this Grand Prix. He's now catching up to Tsunoda and Giovinazzi to lap them. I'll tell you what, he could lap a large chunk of the field today. Here comes Bottas out of the pits. Just in front of Stroll and Gasly by the looks of it. Carlos Sainz is going to do a good job as well. But time to zoom it forward as we hit the halfway mark in this race. He's now got a fully charged DRS as well. And there we go then. Lewis Hamilton.
Okay, recharge off.
Yeah.
We'll keep an eye on him and watch him get through the field. That was Giovinazzi. Next up is going to be Alex Albon in the AlphaTauri. Carlos Sainz, meanwhile, in a little bit of a race of his own at the moment. But this is exactly what Hamilton wanted to avoid. He was coming through big groups. Luckily, he's going to be helped by blue flags. So there we go, he's passed Albon now. So Albon the latest to be lapped. And if Albon's got any sense, he'll stick to the back of Hamilton here and see if he can make his way through. I don't think it's going to happen. So Mick Schumacher next. Now, is he going to pull over? Probably just out of this next corner. So there you go. Schumacher pulls to the side, as does Lance Stroll. Doesn't bring about any action behind there. You can see all the way up to Vettel in P12. It's amazing. Hamilton is going to lap Pierre Gasly, who was in Hamilton's very car last season and took it down to a season finale, a championship finale. Nearly won it. And now struggling away in Lewis's old car in the Mercedes. It's quite scary how times have changed. But we'll keep an eye on Lewis. Can he make it past? Gasly, can he lap him? Should be able to. I mean, he hasn't got as much of a pace advantage over Gasly as he did over the other cars he's lapped, but yeah, equally easy to glide up to the back of him, and there's the blue flag. And we'll push it on a little bit now until Lewis catches up to his old teammate Valtteri Bottas and his old championship rival Sebastian Vettel. He's meeting a lot of ghosts of pasts right now. But yeah, doing a very good job. Verstappen in P3 in a race of his own, as George Russell is currently in P4. We missed, unfortunately, the overtake on Bottas. Let's see how we get on with Sebastian Vettel. Yes, very easy. And why don't we have a couple of laps where Hamilton is allowed to absolutely push? Let's see what he can produce in this Aston Martin car. Giving it absolutely full beans. Let's see what sort of lap time he can put in. I'm expecting a purple time here. Fastest lap of the race. Yep, purple in the first sector. But this will probably be his only chance to have this clear a track to absolutely go for it with. It looks like Sainz is catching up to the lapped cars now. And let's see what he can manage in this middle sector. Lewis Hamilton, is it going to be another purple time? You betcha. This is going to be an absolutely smashing fastest lap. It really is. So here he comes then. Up to the line, Lewis Hamilton. All the way. And this is going to be a terrific fastest lap. And there you go.
Increasing lifting coast.
Understood.
And that was a 1:11.5. That is ridiculous. Let's just have a little look at the lap history. Wow. Yeah, I mean, he was putting in fastest laps before. His fastest lap before that was a 13.6. Had just put in a 13.0. So had been putting in fastest laps continuously, but that's a ridiculous one. So that would bring him to 4 points behind Carlos Sainz if things stay how they are. But it's not guaranteed. Carlos might be able to have a go himself here at fastest lap. Might as well give Carlos the same chance.
Everything you've got.
Let's see what he can produce.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can get anywhere near Lewis Hamilton's time. So it was a 1:11.5. This is going to be into the 13.2. That was. Let's see. Now we're expecting him to be just as quick as Lewis, really. And there you go, purple in the first sector, so he may well steal fastest lap back here. And the only issue is there is a Haas car in front of him. Sorry, no, that's an AlphaTauri, that one. The Haas is in front of him, so it's Albon and Schumacher, I think. Yeah, I had to slow down. Yeah, this isn't going to be representative now. What a pity. But it was a personal best middle sector, to be fair, so still looks like it's going to be his fastest lap of the race. So he comes up towards the line. Oh, and that was fastest lap, was it? A 1:11.4? That was very, very close. It was very close. But no luck for Carlos Sainz.
Update on liftoff. We do require fuel liftoff.
Copy.
Right, so time to zoom it through. So Hamilton now closing in on 9th place, Zhou Guanyu. We'll try and watch that as he coasts up to the back of him. Still a reasonable way behind. Now Sainz, where's he? He's just past Gasly. I don't think Hamilton will have the speed to get up to K-Mag, but lapping all the way up to 9th is going to be impressive. And there you go, and he just about does it. So Lewis Hamilton on lap 52 has lapped more than 50% of the field. And that is a truly dominant display. So let's keep going with Lewis. Let's see where he can get up to. Carlos Sainz, meanwhile, 17 seconds behind his teammate. He's trying to make his way through the field as well. He's going to catch up to Bottas. So let's see. Let's see if we can see some on-track action of Sainz overtaking Bottas. Sainz is through. Now Verstappen, I think, has lapped up to 16th as well. So, I mean, Verstappen's having a pretty good day out as well. He's just not quite had the pace of the front two here. And this is a great return to form. It really is. This is exactly what you want. To return to glory. We've got Vettel not too far ahead of Sainz. But it's Lewis Hamilton leading the way. We've got Verstappen in 3rd, Ocon 4th, Russell is in P5, then the 2 Ferraris after that, followed by Kevin Magnussen in 8th. Hamilton not a million miles away from Kevin Magnussen, may well get to lap them by the end of the Grand Prix. It's difficult to say. Carlos Sainz, meanwhile, sort of stuck where he is for now. Let's see how much Hamilton closes in on Magnussen over the next few laps. Not as much as you'd think. Sainz about to get past Latifi again. So Latifi 4 laps down in this race. That's pretty ridiculous, isn't it? Hamilton probably about 13 seconds off lapping up to Kevin Magnussen. Can he make a second a lap up? Let's push him a little bit. Let's see if he can do it. And push Carlos as well. Let's see how quickly Lewis can close in and on K-Mag now as the tyres are getting worse and worse. Looks like we're going to get Tsunoda for a second lap as well. You can see how close Hamilton is to Leclerc, Perez and Magnussen. It's certainly not far. As Sainz has managed to lap everybody up to 9th as well, so that's pretty amazing from both drivers. It really is. They've done a great job. It's been a grand day out for them. Well, Lewis Hamilton now about 7 seconds away from lapping up to 8th place. You know, he might manage it. He may well manage it. I don't know what the tyres of those guys are like. Not desperately good. There you go, Hamilton now. It's very, very close in on Magnussen, Perez and Leclerc. I think he could get Magnussen and Perez. He's not going to get Leclerc. So 15 seconds now the lead. I mean, Hamilton himself has been...
And 4 laps remaining.
It's been closed in a little bit. Yeah, certainly do not want to run out of fuel.
And think about increasing the lift and coast just a little.
Understood.
So I'm going to just drop that down. Going to
About
see if
stuff.
Hamilton can
Okay.
catch up. It looks like he is going to, you know. Look at this. Conserve fuel as well. There's no point risking it.
Just going to need some lift and coast.
Okay.
Well, look at this. So here we go. Hamilton through on Kevin Magnussen. Now Sergio Perez is the next victim, you would think.
So we are low on battery at the moment.
Yep.
Let's see if he can catch back up to Perez. He might not be able to. He's gonna try though. We got 2 laps to go here. So we're going to go on to the final lap of the race. We might as well go aggressive. We'll deploy the ERS as well. Let's see. So here he comes onto the final lap of the race. Lewis Hamilton has had a terrific time of things this weekend. He's absolutely dominated the action, and okay, Nicholas Latifi helped him, but
One more lap.
I don't think that anybody would have troubled Lewis in this race anyway. Comes through sector 1, very decent time, and he is going to actually lap all the way up to 7th place here, which is just unbelievable. So here we go. Perez is going to get out of the way. Hamilton makes it through and laps the Ferrari. Very, very impressive. Charles Leclerc is going to survive, but it has been quite the run for Lewis Hamilton. And he's flying around the swimming pool one last time. And here he comes round the final corners of this Monaco Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton is going to come up to the line and grab another victory this season. He wins the Monaco Grand Prix. Absolutely brilliant.
We have a checkered flag now.
Carlos Sainz is coming round. He is going to finish 2nd. Absolutely brilliant from him as well.
Fantastic race pace.
What an awesome victory. And a 1-2 for Aston Martin. Max Verstappen, a long, long way down in 3rd place. His race was ruined by Nicholas Latifi.
Okay, that's the checkered flag.
But Red Bull will be worried at how far behind they have been.
We'll take that.
Looked like he was going to trouble Sainz early on in the race, but has to sell for 3rd. Ocon comes round. Good performance from him. He struggled this season in the Red Bull, but he's coming round now. He's going to finish 4th. And George Russell, what a performance from him to finish in 5th place when his teammate is down in 14th. He has really excelled in that Mercedes car in recent races. So here he comes up to the line. He's going to finish 5th. And Charles Leclerc is going to finish in 6th place. Decent result for him. 8 points in the bag. But that Ferrari car certainly not looking like something to be proud of. But there you go. 78 laps of this Monaco Grand Prix. And a very, very good result for ourselves and Lewis Hamilton.
This is a result truly worthy of a champion for Lewis Hamilton. This podium is a true recognition of everyone who's been working so hard for this result. The highly decorated record breaker from Stevenage once again taking to the podium. For these drivers, they'll be taking home their trophies and a decent haul of points for their team. Aston Martin having an extremely good day at the track.
Yes, there's definitely cause for celebration here. This team can take anything that's thrown at them and come through even stronger.
After an intense weekend, the team ends in first place in the constructor standings.
Next time, the teams will be racing through the streets of another city. Join us in Baku on the shores of the Caspian Sea for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
Right, there you go then. Lewis Hamilton wins the Monaco Grand Prix. Carlos Sainz finishes in second. Into the Drivers' Championship, 4 points is separating our two fabulous drivers. It's going to be an amazing championship battle, and I can't wait to see more. Aston Martin leading the way for a third consecutive drivers and constructors double. No development points for anyone except Oscar Piastri, so got to be happy with that. 5.2 million in the bank as well. Absolutely brilliant. So there you go then. We are back with F1 Manager 2022, and it's going to be an exciting race next time out in Baku. It's always dramatic in Azerbaijan, so I'm looking forward to seeing what that's got to offer. So here we go then. We are ready to rock and roll, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. If you have enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up down below. It would be great if we could hit 50 likes for this video. Subscribe for plenty more F1 Manager videos. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.